Hey everyone, it's Mark. I've been training since I was 14 years old, and at 56, I'm still showing up every day because this mission isn't about me. It's about you. Most people know what to do: eat better, move better, sleep deeper, but they're still stuck. Why? Because knowledge isn't the problem, accountability is. That's why I do what I do, to help you finally follow through, whether it's one-on-one, through the app, right there, or with my premium coaching, where I program your workouts and hold you accountable and give you encouragement. I'm here to make sure you don't quit on yourself. Let's go. We're going to break down the 5 truths, the 5 unshakable truths. First things first, when it comes to the 5 unshakable truths, is to have a clear, specific goal. So we're going to do a little goal setting exercise right now. So if you could wave a realistic magic wand, and you can have your body, your health, your energy, any kind of way you want it to be between now and, say, a year from now, what would that look like for you? Think about it. Get clear and specific. That's the idea. Have a clear, specific goal. Ideally, a clear, specific body weight and a clear, specific body fat percent, right? Then once you have that, we're going to wrap it up in what I call an affirmation / prayer. Goes like this: I am happy and grateful now that I am, and then you plug in your body weight and your body fat percent. I'll use myself as an example. I am happy and grateful now that I am at least 190 pounds and at or below 10% body fat. That's my affirmation / prayer. You use the same thing, just plug in your numbers. Now, once you have your clear, specific goal, what we're going to do is the 5 unshakable truths: training, nutrition, recovery, supplementation, and mindset. Now, when it comes to training, let's look at training. I feel when it comes to your training program, consider having both cardiovascular and strength training in your program. Imagine for a moment that we have a twin engine airplane. One engine is strength training, one engine is cardiovascular training. Now you want both engines going strong, right? Imagine if you just had one engine working on the airplane. What wouldn't be as efficient as if you had both engines going on the airplane. So I encourage you, in your training program, consider having a combination of cardiovascular training and strength training. Now, how do you build out a good training program? Let's look at what makes up a good training program. I feel there are basically 5 principles that makes up a good training program: proper training, nutrition, recovery, supplementation, and mindset. Let's break these down. Let's look at proper form. Why would proper form be so important? A couple of reasons to consider. One is so that we exercise the muscles effectively. We're getting the most out of it. We want to get the most valuable use of your time. So doing proper form will help with that. And then also, 2, you're not going to get an injury, or less chance of an injury. So I encourage you to study and master proper form so that you optimize your time in your exercise time and you do not get an injury. Now let's look at variety. Why would variety be an important part of an exercise program? Couple things to consider. One, have you ever heard of a plateau? A plateau is where you get stuck and it's hard to get to the next level. So if you're doing the same routine over and over again, your body will adapt. So that's why we want to include variety. And then I know too, you probably get sick of doing the same workout over and over again, right? So mentally, it's stimulating to do different things, but then also too, it's really good for variety purposes. So it keeps you on a steady progression and breaking through plateaus. Let's look at intensity. What do you think about when you think about the principle of intensity when it comes to putting in your training program? Challenging yourself, right? Pushing it. Imagine that we're doing chest presses. And we're going for, say, 12 repetitions. We get to 9, 10, 11, 12, and we barely got number 12, but we got it. What's the most beneficial part of that set? The first few reps or the last few reps? Will be the last few, right? And why would it be the last few? That's where the overload occurs. That's where the breakdown occurs. So the intensity is you're breaking down the muscle, which will allow it to bring back more muscle in the future. The fourth principle of a good training program is proper training principles. There's lots of different training principles to consider. Compound sets, supersets, drop sets, circuit training, rest pause training. There's a lot of things to consider. I encourage you to go on Google or ChatGPT and look up and then including them into your workout. But learn them and then make sure to include different training principles into your workouts over time. And then the last principle, number 5 of training, of how to build out a good training program, is consistency. Why do you feel like consistency is a very important part of your training program? Well, I know it seems kind of obvious, right? But we want to point it out. So imagine that we have you, and say if we have a twin of you, and you're both going for the same goals over the next year. You train consistently, you eat consistently, you get your rest, good deep sleep. The other person, the twin of you, does not do all those things consistently. Over the year, who is going to have the best results? The consistent version of yourself, right? So I encourage you to make a plan, stick with the plan, and be consistent over time. Be here 1 year from now and be in the process. Now let's look at nutrition, the second unshakable truth. Imagine for a moment that we want to build a beautiful 2-story home from scratch. And imagine you only have half of the materials necessary to build the house. How far are you going to get? Part of the way, right? So the foods that you and I eat on a daily basis are the supplies that goes towards building our bodies. So what are you fueling your bodies with? Over the last decade, what have you fueled your body with? I encourage you to consider a diet rich of approximately 50% fruits and vegetables, 25% whole grains, 25% good clean proteins like legumes, lentils, nuts, and seeds, good quality protein shakes. If you've ever curious to learn more about nutrition, consider watching the documentary The Game Changers. It's on Netflix and YouTube. The Game Changers. Now, when it comes to nutrition, I feel there are basically 4 different ways it affects our bodies. So nutrition, I feel, affects our bodies in 4 major ways. Energy levels, our energy levels, our metabolism, our blood sugar levels, and insulin levels. Now imagine for a moment we have a fireplace. And on one hand, we have a stack of oak wood. And on the other hand, we have a stack of paper. Now, not including, kindling and getting the fire started, but if you had to choose between the oak wood or the paper to burn in your fireplace, which one would you pick and why? Be the oak wood, right? And why? Because it's denser. It's going to burn longer, slower, more efficiently. Some foods burn more like the oak wood, and some foods burn more like the paper. So good foods like fruits and vegetables and whole grains and legumes, little nuts and seeds, those kind of things burn real efficiently. So consider them. Let's look at recovery. Over the last several years, I've trained 3 different neurologists. One's a neuroradiologist, and they all know a lot about sleep. Plus, I've studied so much. I'm so fascinated about sleep and the benefits of it. What I have found is that what's recommended to me and what I recommend to my clients and friends and family is about at least 7.5 to 9 hours of sleep a night, 2 hours of deep, 2 hours of REM. So how can we get that 7.5 to 9 hours sleep a night, 2 hours of deep, 2 hours of REM? Well, one thing you can do is consider having a consistent go to sleep time and wake up time. Another thing you can do is do not eat at least 2 hours before sleep time. And if you can work up to it 3 to 4 hours before sleep time, it cools your body, and a cooler body you'll sleep better. Make sure you sleep in a nice, cool environment. Make sure it's nice and dark. You can use eye things over your eyes. Limit nighttime screens and phones and TVs as much as possible. And then enjoy the first 15 minutes of the sunlight day and the first part of the evening. In the evening, that'll help get your circadian rhythm balanced. Let's look at supplementation. When it comes to supplements, I feel there are basically 2 categories of supplements: nutritional supplementation and enhancement performance supplementation. Nutritional supplementation is like protein shakes, smoothies, those sort of things. Enhancement performance supplements is like creatine, very good for building muscle. And last but not least is the mindset. When it comes to fitness, mindset is huge. I remember coming up in bodybuilding, I was really looked up to Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he would always talk about, how he would see himself up on the stage winning months before it ever happened. And I've done that consistently over my career, and I encourage you to do the same thing. Visualize yourself exactly how you want to see yourself. See it in your mind and follow your plan and achieve it, but mentally see it in your mind first. If you can see it in your mind, it's much easier to go after when you're clear on it, what it is you're going after. You already know what to do. What you need is a plan and someone to help you stick to it. That's where I come in. Whether you want me to custom build your workout program, coach you through the transformation, and just hold you accountable inside of my Fit for Life community, you've got options. Message me the word READY to 520-479-8255. 400-9573, and I'll help you figure out the next best step. Let's build a stronger you together. Are you a coach, trainer, or someone passionate about helping others? Helping them live healthier lives? Imagine being featured in front of thousands of people actively trying to lose weight, get fit, and stay accountable, all for just $25 a month. I created the Fit for Life Expert Program to spotlight real experts who care inside my Facebook group and inside my fitness app, and across our growing national and global platform. You'll get a featured expert profile, access to post content that helps and inspires, direct access to real people looking for guidance. It's simple, it's powerful, and it's the easiest way to grow your brand while making a difference. If you're ready to be seen, supported, and serve others at a higher level, message me the word expert to 520-400-9573, and I'll send you everything you need to join us. Be blessed, and my goal is to come at you every Tuesday, Thursday. I've been working on getting the right consistent time, and it has been a little challenging. Right now, I'm saying 1:00 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, but I'm trying to pull it back earlier. Tuesday and Thursday for the fitness videos, and Sunday at 9 a.m. So, and then also too, if you would be interested in downloading the Workouts for All app, it's a free download. It's on Apple or Android phone. It's called the Workouts. You search for the app. It's you search for Workouts, the number 4, and then ALL. So Workouts for All. Workouts, the number 4, all. It's in the Apple and Google Play Store. It's a free download. Every week I'm adding new routines to it. It's totally free. And I do have other ways I can serve you in of that. It's like some online programs in there. And that's where I create. If we're doing premium coaching where I design your program, I put it inside the app. But I'm making a lot of the routines just available for free. So there's no excuse. All right. So be blessed. I will, God willing, see you Thursday. And then if you're interested in Bitcoin at all, I do market updates Monday through Friday. Be on the lookouts for that. And on Sunday too. Be blessed. Remember that health is wealth. So without our health, what difference does it make what earthly possessions we have? Health is wealth. Cash flow is king. Cash is queen. And credit is freedom. I'll say it one more time, let you think about it. Health is wealth. Cash flow is king. Cash is queen. And credit is freedom. Be blessed and see you next time. Bye for now.